KRQE News 13 on Fox New Mexico at 6.
Well, just one day after the 50th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, New Mexico's Attorney General announced he filed a petition with the state Supreme Court against local communities who have banned abortions. Here's News 13's Natalie Wattis.
Recently, those communities passed ordinances based on a 19th century federal law prohibiting the interstate shipment of abortion medication and supplies. Today, New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres saying they didn't have the legal right to do that.
It is simply inappropriate, unlawful, and unconstitutional for local governments to use their limited authority to try and create a patchwork of regulation which would deny women access to essential health care services in their community.
Newly elected Attorney General Raul Torres says he filed this extraordinary writ because the new ordinances in Hobbs, Clovis, Lee County, and Roosevelt County are extraordinary and unlawful. The ordinances came on the heels of the U.S. Supreme Court decision overturning Roe v. Wade, leaving states to regulate access to reproductive health care.
The action we have taken today intends to do exactly that.
Torres says the writ focuses on two things.
Number one, are these counties acting within their authority to regulate access to reproductive health care? And number two, are they infringing on a constitutional right guaranteed by the New Mexico Constitution? Simply put, local communities are not empowered to regulate medical services. They are not empowered to regulate access to health care. And the actions that they have engaged in infringes on the state's ability and the legislature's ability to control and regulate the most essential services that are available in any community.
However, the mayor of Clovis says his city commission was simply representing the interests of their community.
There's a lot of folks in Clovis and eastern New Mexico that stand in opposition to abortion, and they're not seeing those values represented at the state level, and they want a voice.
Torres argues the elected officials in these communities are misreading the 19th century law, and it doesn't apply here. He also says that the state has the power to give people rights that may not be recognized at the federal level. Christopher Mills, a city commissioner in Hobbs, disagrees, saying that federal law trumps state law. And
I think if a law is on the books, it doesn't matter how old it is, it's still an enforceable law.
Torres ending his news conference today with this message.
I want one thing to be abundantly clear, that the Attorney General's office stands foursquare behind this effort to make sure that women in every corner of the state have access to reproductive health care, that they control these decisions, and that they won't be interfered with by local governments who believe they shouldn't be allowed to exercise that right.
Now from here, the state Supreme Court can either accept or deny this petition. If they accept it, both sides will need to argue their case. Natalie Wattis, KRQE News 13.
The Attorney General says by filing an emergency petition like this, he hopes to have a resolution quickly, possibly before the legislature takes up abortion access this session.